Hi, Jim Averna with Root Pouch. I want to talk today a little bit about in-ground growing. As you know, J Frank Schmitt in Oregon does in-ground growing now. We've been working with them for 8 years perfecting a fabric just for the purpose of in-ground growing. Everyone assumes, I think, and wrongly so, that if a fabric bag in-ground works, then all fabric bags are equal, and it's just not true. Everything is different about them. Now, Root Pouch and Root Pouch alone mixes natural fiber in with their PET. And we do this so that it'll not only have a drawing power to bring water towards the bag, so that the plant doesn't have to rely 100% on a drip system. That it also encourages lateral root growth going towards the wicking sensation of the natural fiber in the side. But also we have, on the third generation now of technology, working with synthetics and natural fibers. This is precise enough now that we know, and again, I got to give a lot of the credit to the technicians at J Frank Schmitt that helped us through all these years to develop this. This is a 3 to 4 year bag. What that means to us is that it'll start, the biodegradable parts of this bag, the natural fibers start to break down into 3 to 4 years. It'll start then and only then to allow the roots to squeeze through, break through, because they start to biodegrade. All of our competitors are using a geotextile that operates by air pruning. Ours does not air prune. Ours will prune by entrapment. So when the little root tips get to our fabric, they can't get through, they can't squeeze through ours, they just get trapped. They're trapped there, so they send another root. So you get this beautiful root structure. The ones that do pruning by air pruning also get a perfect, beautiful little root. And it works great if it's above ground in a can yard, just like our boxer brown line would do. But when you want to go in the ground, you don't want a root to go through looking for air, because there's no air in the ground. The root will go through and just start moving around. It'll just start growing in there. So just like if you were doing a pot and pot, you don't want a bag or a fabric that is working on air pruning, because there's no air in there. So and on the other hand, if you do a root pouch, it not only has the natural fiber mixed in, but the sort of weave or the texture of it won't allow the roots to squeeze through. They just trap. Therefore, we can have a bag like this. As you can see, J Frank Schmitt has all their tree production that is growing in ground in containers is all done by Root Pouch now. This is more of a close-up of that, showing you how that is doing. So it's really cool. You know, we're really honored to work like we do with J Frank Schmitt. I mean, J Frank Schmitt has been around 70 years, and you know, they know what they're doing. They have the reputation, they have the knowledge. As far as I know, we're the only company they've ever put a logo in there that wasn't a J Frank Schmitt logo. Take a look in their catalog. Look at it. They give a quick thought on how our product performs, and that they only use our product for this reason. When they harvest these trees in 3 to 4 years, they take it out of the ground like this. That's roots and all. 100% of the root, nothing's left behind. Now, if you notice closely, some of the roots are now starting to break through, because it's a 3 to 4 year bag. That's how precise we've made this bag. We don't want the roots to come through. It's not air pruning. We don't want them coming through that bag until we're ready. And that is after they've already formed a perfect, dense, fibrous root structure. And then the 3rd year hits and they start breaking down, the roots start venturing through, because we don't want the roots circling like we're going to do in other geotextiles in the ground. We want all the roots fully contained until 3 to 4 years. Now, we also have other lines with different densities of natural versus synthetics that allow plants to be put in larger ones for 4 to 5 year periods. We have all that. Go and browse around the website now, and you'll see all the different products. Look up different videos, and you'll get a great idea of everything that we do at Root Pouch. Thank you.
And what happens when you take the root pouch out of the ground?
Well, you can ship the bag, everything, all the bag and all with the tree. You got 100% of the roots. There's no plant shock, no nothing.
And what does the next grower do with that one?
A good question. When it arrives to the next grower, all he has to do, you've heard the nightmares of trying to rip off a fabric bag. A lot of growers, it's almost impossible. That's because the roots were growing through this whole cycle. They're trying to air prune, and they're going through, and that thing is just like rock solid. The roots are not breaking through this until we wanted them to, which is the 3rd year. So this one rips off quite easily. And when it does, it takes off all the little root tips with it. So it's like prunes it, and right behind it is that nodule of carbohydrates, and it just explodes into the environment. It just, in its new environment, it's a beautiful thing. The other ones, a lot of times, one of the things, not to fault other bags, but when you rip off those, like a lot of the competitors' bags, the nodule and everything is coming off with it because it's caught in their weave. It was trying to air poop. That is not going to happen in a root pouch. Believe me, try it. I mean, if it's the same price or less, which it is, then why not give it a shot? You'll be far happier with the results you're going to get out of a root pouch.